At long last, it is here, the continuation of the number four. And this is part three. Well, where do I begin? If you have been following this series within the past year, well, I am covering the significance of this number four. Without getting too detailed, fours represent structure or squares, or most recently discovered the cube. Think of a particular movie named Hellraiser, where the unlocking of this cube had some, safe to say, dire consequences. So this is no different. Can be applied to real life and how the number four is interpreted or used. Let's just begin. Okay, so obviously this is a past relationship, and just for the sake of brevity and conciseness, and also just to leave a mystery out there, we're talking about the fourth day of the ninth month of the year. Alright, so this particular individual I met at a restaurant, leaving the name out, and just from that first encounter, something inside me just knew that this was going to be an interesting case nonetheless, and that's exactly what it was. Well, anyway, everything was all hunky-dory for at least the first 4 months till things started getting serious. And, once things get serious, certain rules come into play. Let's just say the rules came into play, and, everything was still cool after that for a little while. Let's just say, over time you start seeing signs of things that, some will call red flags, and at first glance, no big deal. Everybody gets upset over little things, but, when someone is getting upset over fast food orders not being correct, and screaming and hollering and cursing out the fast food workers, is just, major cause for concern there. But let's go on further than that. Obviously these outbursts would continue periodically and will be overlooked, of course, but, what made it even more interesting, had a close relationship with the parents as well. One, the mom, who was doing pretty cool overall. Respected me, but of course the dad, he was too. The only thing, he was not in the right mind with an alleged case of you say dementia, Alzheimer's, and it all allegedly occurred due to taking specific medications. Let's just say too many of them. Let's say that for the sake of argument. Anyway, getting a close bond with both the parents, and it seemed pretty good for a while until more signs came out, of particular behaviors, you know, and this was here and there. Like I say, it was overlooked because a lot of activities and fun outings kind of overshadowed that behavior until it was no more. When things looked like they were just going to be words and screaming and hollering, turned into full-blown destruction of one's own property to the point of pulling off doors, and then just cataclysmic events just would occur thereafter. No details, just straight up situations. Car wrecks that involved the mother and the said person I was involved with. After a while, it just got a little too out of hand. Having patience is one thing, but tolerating things that you really don't have a business being in is another. And you say to yourself, once you're too deep in, is it too late to get out? I felt that way, but eventually I found my out and I took it. And since then, things started looking up until to be continued, number 4, part 4. And also keep in mind, eventually there will be a more explicit, more detailed version to these stories, because a Patreon is coming. But until then, you just enjoy what I have shared with you for this particular episode of number 4. And another lesson, to number 4, is going to come in the form of a particular energy named Rahu that is going to be very telling as well. But pretty much, I think I covered the gist of this number 4 particular situation. Only thing you need to know is when someone cannot control their emotions, when every little thing bothers them, there is always a deeper meaning behind that. And the only person that can deal with that is that person themselves. Do not, I repeat, do not try to stay in something no longer than you need to. Do not try to play Mr. Fix-It, because that will never work out in your favor. Alright, I'm going to keep this video no longer than it need to be. Just remember, keep the squares out your circle and know what you're doing if you want to play with that Rubik's Cube box, because you never know what could be inside of it. Alright, until then, this is Boss Father 4411. Be the boss of your own life, or somebody else will.